It's good for
Now I'll just do this so you can see me.
normal cameras. Sorry, we were in the middle of a different conversation.
Yeah.
I apologize to him for dragging him to this. I thought it would have been funnier.
Yeah. Being a comedy, it seemed to lack a lot of
That's
comedy.
what it kept saying on the thing online.
Yeah,
We just got out of our second movie for the night.
Yes.
This is where I leave you.
Welcome to Midnight Showings. As always, I'm Kelly.
I'm DJ.
And this is where I leave you. Bye!
Supposedly a comedy starring Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, and a bunch of others. I'm sure we've recognized from other comedies like that one douchebag.
Yes, the spiky hair douchebag who got his comeuppance.
If you back in like early mid 2000s, back when they would release a whole bunch of retarded romantic comedies.
They still do that today. They
Yeah,
still do that
but
today.
it's not as frequently. This guy.
Obviously, someone hasn't watched the latest Adam Sandler movie. What was it called? Blended?
Yeah. Anyway, going on to
The film.
supposedly it's a comedy. Jason Bateman plays a guy, Judd, with pretty sure he's Judd Paul. I can't remember Tina Fey's character. I can't remember
Whitney, I think.
I can't remember the other guy.
Hey,
the
Whitney
youngest,
that wasn't fucked up.
the youngest brother. Who? Okay, so Jason Bateman and his family.
If you want a character archetype, it's basically the Family Stone with a lot more F-bombs.
So he didn't actually see it because he decided to go to the bathroom.
I'm sorry.
Right as the lights decided to dim down and the movie
Dinner
actually
kicked
started.
in.
Bullshit.
You kidding me? I'm surprised.
That's why you don't eat meatloaf. No.
You had to eat the meatloaf. I had the pot roast.
We went to Golden Corral for dinner. So anyway, we open with Jason Bateman going to work, and his boss. He's the assistant to
douchebag
this.
with spiky hair.
The douchebag with spiky hair is his boss, running this like brutally honest radio show that gives guys advice or whatever. It's really dumb. And he comes back. He goes.
Really dumb.
He goes home, and apparently it's he and his wife's anniversary. And it's like 2 or 3. They've been married for like 2 or 3 years or something. And
I think he said 4.
something like that.
Yeah, 4 years.
And his boss is literally fucking his wife. This is rated R, by the way.
Yeah,
And-
mostly for the F-bombs, but there's plenty of boob and sex jokes inside of there that it might deserve that even without them.
And so he just like sits down with a look of what the fuck on his face. And this is probably going to be our most rated R review ever.
It was
I
so
apologize
fucking
to
boring.
whoever has to watch this.
Don't worry, I'll put a warning label for language when I put this in the description.
Yeah. And they like turn and things like sort of die down in bed, and Jason Bateman just like clears his throat. And they
I'm
turn
right
around.
here.
Oh my gosh! And we get this slow shot of him sort of just like in awe, just sort of walking away as we get ass shot and side boob of them like trying to say it's okay or whatever. Like,
it's
I'm
okay
sorry.
that I'm sleeping with your wife on your anniversary. It's okay.
Blows out. He's sitting there with this cake with these like 2 candles in it for them, and so he sits down at the table and just sort of blows out the candles, and then we get our title card. And so he goes back to his place and like sort of lays down, and his wife like keeps trying to call him, his now ex-wife. And
Yes,
then,
it was a very quick divorce, as you can imagine.
And then he gets one call, and he decides to pick up thinking that it's going to be her. Her name is Quinn, and we see her later on in the movie. But it turns out to be his sister, played by Tina Fey, and saying that their dad had just, like, died. Apparently, this is...
Shoveling war on the pity.
They knew they knew it was gonna happen. They're like, I thought he had more time, and like apparently not. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
it's okay. I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh,
Then we get
Wrong.
a little joke about how the rest of the movie is gonna go. Apparently, half their family is like Jewish, and half their family, and the other half is like
atheist.
atheists. So like atheist Jews.
Yeah,
So-
that doesn't sound racist at all.
So
It doesn't sound racist at all.
his dying wish is to have them all back in the house that they all grew up in for this
7 days.
7 days. This like 7-day ritual of what happens in a Jewish death.
Yeah, and from there,
Supposedly,
shenanigans ensue.
Shenanigans.
Supposedly.
yeah.
I think the funnier moments were just the ones that came out of left field.
it's just like we'll get into that.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
into that later.
I mean, let's go into the good.
We go.
Let's go to the good. The good. The actors all played their parts brilliantly.
Yeah.
Even if it was a little dull from a movie perspective, the actors, they're trying to give it their all.
Yeah, when I first read this synopsis for this, I thought it was gonna be like a darkish comedy, almost like the show Arrested Development. Well, it has Jason Bateman in it, so
Playing the same character from Arrested Development, you keep telling me.
yeah, if you've seen it, he pretty much plays it. He doesn't like his family very much, but he's gonna be there for him because
They're his family.
he's going to be there for them because, you know, they're family. But at least the family in this movie actually has some redeemable qualities aside from Arrested Development. Again, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
If you want to I said it earlier, but basically, it's basically the Family Stone archetypes. If you've seen the Family Stone, it came out probably about, almost 10 years ago now. Damn, I am old. That movie is still fresh in my mind, too.
Oh, come on, you're only 23. I'm 24.
I'm gonna be 24 in 3 weeks, dude. But no, it's basically the same character archetypes. You have the organized one who's a little uptight and a dick. You have the female emotionally overbearing who's got her kids, she's juggling around. You've got the screw up who everyone doesn't like, and then you have the main character who's emotionally distant and
And you basically just have Jason Bateman.
oh god. Going into more of the good.
Douchebag.
I did not pull out my Game Boy. I was tempted to, but I did not.
They kept doing this. I want to say social commentary, but that's not the word. Like the kid with the toilet.
Yes, the kid with
One of Tina Fey's kids is like in the middle of potty training. A metaphor. That's the word I'm looking for.
yeah, a metaphor.
And he just walks outside like every morning, and he carries this thing around. He carries this
training potty
around as if it's his teddy bear, and does his business right there, like on the front porch, like every morning during the time of this. And
I
you're
don't
just like,
get it.
what? They actually bring it back in a
really
sort of-
serious moment.
yeah.
And when the character, there's gonna be some spoilers because there's no way to talk about this dysfunctional family without going into the spoilers of their dysfunction. So overall, just the quick summation for those who don't want spoilers. It wasn't worth seeing in theaters. I don't even know if I'd recommend it for a red box.
Netflix, maybe, considering you're already paying for it.
Yeah.
If you're curious enough. Of course, the next thing over might be something better.
Yeah, more or less. But going into the spoilers, Jason Bateman's character, I made the joke about dumping the pity, but no, they really dumped the pity on him in this whole movie. And it's almost to the point of, this shit doesn't happen to real people.
Yeah, they don't act like real people. They don't talk like real people. It's like Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Nobody acts like this without some kind of consequence.
Yeah. I mean, good God, they flip over a guy's car with no consequence.
Yeah, they go. Quinn comes back.
Yeah, but
later on,
finish my point. Basically, he gets dumped with his ex-wife is pregnant, but his boss is sterile.
His boss is sterile,
so it has to be his kid.
It has to be. So Quinn, comes back, tells him all this. They go to the hospital, and the boss comes in, and the doctor basically kicks them both the guys out because
that's the best thing to do. Two people who are obviously connected to this baby in polar opposite ways. Let's put them outside. Let's let them fight outside.
Yeah, and they do.
Take them outside the goddamn building first. Don't let them fight in the freaking waiting room.
Yeah.
With a baseball team. What the hell is a baseball team doing in the middle of this ER?
Little league team. They're just like
none of them are hurt. Comedy.
And then so the coach is like trying to get them to stop like swearing in front of the kids. There's these frat boys or whatever. One of them with a broken leg is like, "Hey, it's the guy from the radio show, the douchebag with the spiky hair." And
how would you recognize the guy from the radio show? Just saying,
his face is probably on a billboard. Suspension of disbelief.
Suspension of disbelief.
And so
you're gonna need a lot of that.
He says the douchebag is trying to say that he's being cool by like giving him a cup of coffee, extending an olive branch, and Jason Bateman just won't have any of it. And I don't fucking blame him.
At this point in the movie, he's got so much shit thrown on him. The second that anything starts to go right, he gets a call from his ex saying that she's bleeding and that she might miscarriage again, and has to drag him all the way back to the freaking hospital. And also, I can completely relate with him. He's pissed. He's screaming. He's telling him, "Dude, you do anything with legs. You're not gonna stay with her. You're gonna freak out." And he starts a big fight. Security gets called. The rest of his family shows up, and we get one of the highlights of this movie.
I want to talk about this first. Back at the hospital, security takes him. Is it his brother? No, it's Tina Fey. It's
his brother jumped in to help.
Yeah, his youngest brother jumps in to help.
The screw up.
And the screw up who basically screws
everything
with boobs.
Yeah.
And
he's basically the spiky dude, but with a family connection.
Exactly. And so they get escorted out, and the frat boys come out and just like, "Hey," was like, "What was that all about?" or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, I got $40 here that says all you guys like that says you can tip this guy's car over." And
what did he do to you?
It's like, "What did you do?" He's like, "He fucked my wife."
Keep your money, dude. We got this.
So they do it. So the guy with the crutches is cheering them on, or like coaching them, and they flip the car over.
They flip the douchebags. What was it? Red vintage Porsche or something?
It was a nice car.
It was a really nice car.
I should note that I don't think I was surprised that we were the only ones in the theater. So we stood up and we applauded. Oh my gosh, that was the best part.
Douchebag gets his comeuppance. That's always going to be a highlight. Yeah, but this movie just did so many things that came out of left field, like that car tip. I mean, he's pissed off, but really, car tip in broad daylight, in front of a hospital. I'm pretty sure that you just stopped an ambulance from coming in. I'm just putting that out there. Security, no cops get called at all. So many other things just come out of left field. Main character, whatever his name, he's talking to his brother's wife, who they mentioned earlier that they dated a long time ago, like 20 years ago. They dated, and he ended up leaving him and going for his brother, and didn't really mind all that much. She was cool with it. She's trying to get pregnant through the whole film, and she's freaking out because the main character's ex-wife is pregnant, but she's been trying for 2 years to get a pregnancy. She's tried needles, she's done. She's freaking out. He's trying to calm her down. His brother comes in, and because they're hugging, "What are you doing with my wife? You son of a bitch! I knew you were gonna do." Like, what the fuck is this coming from?
So
that's not nearly as bad as what comes next.
So they run out into the front yard, where all the neighbors are like starting to come out. What the fuck is going on here?
Everybody's watching as they're fighting it out. They try splitting them up while another breakup is happening at the exact same goddamn time.
The youngest brother is he's the screw up, and he gets with all these younger women usually, but he brings in this older woman who's like a lawyer or
therapist.
Yeah, she's a therapist like their mom, so there's tension there that really doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, she's breaking up with him at the same time while they're having this fight, and then all of a sudden, what calms all this the fuck down? Oh, well, it turns out that they're the mother of all these people, who is probably a good 60, even 70 years old, who's had a boob job.
I'm gonna go at least 65.
Yeah, she's had a brand new boob job, which I'm making jokes about the entire goddamn movie.
Jason Bateman, who's supposed to be her son, keeps staring at them.
Yeah, and gets hugged into them a few times. This dived into slash fiction, especially with this last one, where, dear God, she just starts making out with the neighbor, who is an equally 70-year-old woman. What the fuck? It's just, where did this go? It shuts everyone up. It shut us up.
Yeah.
I was, what the fuck am I watching? And then she brings them all inside and explains, well, we needed to tell you somehow. By making out in the fucking street? They're having a fight about possible adulterous wife, and the other brother got broken up with his therapist girlfriend, and just what? I don't get it. These people do not act like this. Shit does happen all at once. I'm not gonna act like it doesn't, but this film just piles on everything that could possibly happen. The only moment that was semi-believable in this film is when they're all inside of the temple at the Jewish temple for to say a prayer for her father and whatnot. And Jason Bateman's character, he's like straightening out his suit, and he noticed something in the pocket. He pulls it out, and there are joints in there. It's his dad's suit, because his suit got ruined or whatever, and he needed to borrow, and his mom gave him his dad's. But sure enough, his dad had joints hidden inside of his suit. He shows it to the screw-up brother, who pretends like he's got to go to the bathroom or something, and they're like, oh, what's wrong with him? Oh, I'll check. And Jason Bateman follows him.
So they go
obviously a rehearsed routine that they've done before inside of their church.
So they go into the children's seminary room, of all places.
And they start getting stoned.
Then the oldest brother, the one that's married, who's
the responsible one, joins in, and he's like, is that Cadmus?
Is that Cadmus?
And he's like, here you go. Well, they only found 2 joints that they showed, and apparently a third one comes up.
Then we do this like jump cut, and the older brother's high off his ass.
And the room is filled with more smoke than 3 joints could produce. I swear to God. That part seemed unbelievable, but they're actually having talks with each other like real brothers. It's even funny. Even funny.
Then all the smoke, it's pretty. All the smoke sets off the alarms, and so everybody's sprinklers go off, and everybody thinks it's a fire, and everybody evacuates, and they all go out, and they're like coming out soaked, smelling like pot.
Oh no!
Natural.
No! It's okay. It's okay. We put out the fire. We saw it in the primary room, and we got it. We got it out. Unfortunately, the sprinklers got it. You smell like. Were you getting stoned in church? It's the only believable moment inside of this. Everything else just comes so far out of left field. There's one point where the wife that was trying to get pregnant, she's having sex with her husband at certain intervals to try to heighten the chance to get pregnant.
Everybody's here because part of their ritual is they sit in these really small chairs
and talk to everybody
in the neighborhood, and So it comes on the baby monitor.
They're having
and,
sex in the goddamn baby's room,
and the
they
younger
let the monitor on.
brother has the baby monitor, and is like, everyone's like, turn it off. He's
Turn
like,
up,
what?
turn it up. Oh, turn up. Got it.
So the sister comes and like yanks the
No,
thing
it wasn't
off.
the sister. It was a neighbor. It was a
One
neighbor.
of the neighbors comes in, yanks the cord off its charger.
And it stops for a second.
It stops, and then it turns on because apparently it has a backup
He's
battery.
like, oh, that was perfect. I did it right there. It's like, oh my god. I mean, it's just okay. One, if you have kids, you know that you turn that baby monitor off when your kid's not in the room. The last thing you want is that thing dying in the middle of the night when the kid is potentially having problems.
Right?
You remember to turn that off. And I'm sorry, grown adults do not have sex in the rooms that their little children, nieces, nephews are going to be sleeping in. They go over to, I don't know, the basement. They go to their hotel. They go somewhere else, anywhere else than this. And the reactions everyone had, admittedly, the little brother turning up the thing was kind of believable. But everybody else just staying there.
Right.
Okay, not one of the other neighbors. I mean, I get it, the family's laughing about it. Good God, I mean, everything else that happens is kind of tame. I mean, they're laughing about it, except for the sister who's half-heartedly saying, no, turn it off. And everyone else is just... And then one neighbor, after like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of this, finally goes over there and tries and takes the monitor from the guy trying to turn it off. She can't figure out where the fucking off button is. There's an off button. She rips out the battery. Oh, there's a backup battery. Wait, what?
What?
And then it finally goes off when she rips that out.
You're right.
Not that there was really much else that they couldn't hear. It's just... Everybody's reaction in this is completely out of left field. Walking lesbians, I'm pregnant with the dad dying, with a divorce going on.
There's one character. Go on. Sorry.
You go.
Okay. Take a breather. There's one
Yeah.
character that I think we need to mention. I can't remember if he was related to them or a neighbor.
Oh, Boner.
No, not Boner.
Not Boner.
The guy who was in the accident.
Oh yes, the accident that goes nowhere.
He wanted to date Tina Fey or something, neighbor boy, but he had like some kind of accident that they don't really develop on, and they just say like he forgets things.
It's a brain
whatever.
injury. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen him. Justified. He's the main character in Justified.
He's basically has this horrible wig
Very bad.
and the horrible scar that he keeps turning his head to show off.
It's like right there, this big old white scar right along the side of his head.
And Tina Fey keeps trying to have a moment with this guy, and
She was some kind of she was ex-boyfriend who they were together and they really did love each other. They mentioned that part, but then the accident happened that they were both in, but Tina Fey walked away fine. He walked away with some kind of head injury. They never don't tell you whether or not it was a car accident or whether or not he fell off of scaffolding or something.
Tina Fey went and married this douchebag who
the
doesn't even
douchebag.
another douchebag who doesn't even stay. We see him for like a split second.
And this guy, oh god,
He doesn't even stay for the rest of the funeral. Has to close the deal or whatever.
in London, he's some kind of big executive hotshot in the company. They don't clarify any of this with any kind of exposition throughout the whole film, other than he keeps getting on the goddamn phone at her father's fucking funeral. And then he gets pissed off that she has to stay for 7 days in accordance with his quote-unquote religion and will. They don't know that it was faked by the mom, but yeah. I'm sorry, you have 2 kids with this woman. 2 kids. Her dad just died. And you are gonna really fucking fly to London to close a deal? You couldn't wait 3 more goddamn days? I'm sure they'll understand that there's a death in the fucking family. God! And this douchebag doesn't get any kind of repercussion. We like the spiky-haired douchebag because his car got flipped and he got punched in the face by Tina Fey.
Woo!
But, I mean, this guy gets nothing. He has a moment where he's talking to, what's his name? The main character.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. God, I can't say that right. But he has a moment where Tina Fey basically walks away and says, just go. And he's just like, I know she doesn't care, but then why does she keep bawling me out for it? And he's like, well, maybe she does care that you're leaving. And he's like, I'm an asshole. I'm not stupid. I'm like, dude, you just fought on the fucking lawn. Yes, you are stupid. 1, this should have never come up. 2, if she's making a big deal about it, it's probably a big deal. And 3, if you really don't think it's a big goddamn deal, then why did you even talk to her about it?
I can't believe we're going into so much detail about a guy who left during like the first act of the fucking movie.
Oh, he didn't leave during the first fucking act. He left during the third. He left in the third act, but he was a douchebag the rest of the film. Literally, they're burying the goddamn guy, and he's on the fucking phone, and he gets mad at them for taking him off of it.
Yeah. Funny moments.
Yes,
we
funny
did.
moments.
We did mention Boner. Boner is a guy who was bullied by the.
I don't know if he was bullied or if he was their friend or if he was that one kid who you just wish would go away but didn't when they were younger. But he ended up being a rabbi in their priesthood. The
younger screw up brother kept calling him, he gave him this nickname a long time ago, Boner, because.
They don't even explain that story. God, I mean, I get it.
And so he's bitter about the name. He's bitter because the younger brother keeps like grabbing his balls as a douchebag.
Again,
move.
slash fiction territory. This film is in so much slash fiction. It's sickening.
I fully expected Boner to just punch them in the face.
I was really hoping he would, but he doesn't. And the family even starts joining in on the Boner joke. And he's like, don't call me Boner. God damn, don't call me Boner. He's freaking out and whatnot. And he's like, oh, just calm down. It's okay, Boner. And they all start running away.
Yeah. So, yeah,
real
Boner,
people don't act like this.
So, yeah, Boner grew up to become a rabbi for a holier than thou excuse to hold it over their heads, say, I did something with my life and you're still a douchebag, which is a terrible reason to become a holy man in the first place.
Especially when you actually see his sermon, and it looks more like one of those stupid inspirational videos. You can do this! Welcome to my wonderful sermon. I'm going to teach you about the Lord that is not Jesus Christ because I'm Jewish. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was probably really racist.
Oh my gosh. Flame War.
Flame War!
If you've watched the Nostalgia Critics new video,
you know where that's come from. Now we gotta do this so much times. Mackerel! Damn it!
Brad Jones has been doing these late night reviews like we've been doing for current movies.
Yeah, that was just the Dolphin Tale. You heard mine.
He and his buddy saw Dolphin Dale too, and they made the jokes like, what if this was in smell-o-vision like Spy Kids 4D? Mackerel! God damn it!
Mackerel!
We've been joking about it for like weeks now.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this movie was not. It was not. And it's a real shame because it could have been.
And as we were coming out, going to the bathroom and all that, because I chugged down an iced tea and I don't know what he was drinking.
I think that was like my 5th Mr. Pibb.
I think we went out of our way to avoid actually talking about this movie.
Yeah, we started talking about Box Trolls again.
Box Trolls.
Which was a much better film. As much as I think that you should pre-screen that one first, because it was really messed up in a lot of places, and you might not want to expose your kids to that. It was fucking better than this film.
Yeah.
There's so many stretches of imagination.
So to wrap up our whole double feature
Spiel.
movie night, pre-screen Box Trolls, go see it.
Or at-
Redbox it. Netflix.
At least see it before you send your kids to it, just in case. Because some of that stuff is still questionable.
Very, very recommend. This is where I leave you. No. If you're curious, Netflix it because you're kind of paying for it anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I've made the connection before for those. Family Stone is this movie done right. It really is. It's funny. It's inspirational. The characters actually act like characters and believable situations, and the acting was just better. I don't know. I don't like Jason Bateman's. I'm just quiet.
He plays
Emotional-ish.
Michael Bluth in Arrested Development. I think these are the only two things that I've seen him in.
Well, you need to see
Is Arrested
you need to see
Development.
Bad Words. He's actually pretty funny in that. Even if the movie's not the best written movie, it's pretty funny. But this movie on my side.
Nope. Exactly.
So, well, time to call it quits.
Yep. Like, comment, subscribe. Cardmaster 9. Cardmaster's Corner coming soon. Watch our other videos.
As soon as I can find some usable clips that my little brother didn't ruin, and if he watches this,
Shout out to the guys over at the Stadium 8.
yes,
They're awesome.
They were awesome.
Hopefully they'll subscribe to us.
Oh, they'll have to see a few more movies, but
Yeah.
we'll have to hope that they get more of the pre-screening so we don't have to drive all the way halfway town to get to the 10.
Let's see what's gonna happen next time.
Next week, the 3rd. Oh, one of the trailers. God, what was that we were gonna... that I was super excited about? Damn it!
The Judge.
The Judge.
The
Yes.
Judge with Robert Downey Jr.
The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. That, I will probably do that. We'll more than likely do that one.
Yeah, The Judge. We're gonna see Dracula coming this October. Definitely gotta see that.
John Wick at the end of October. That was the trailer that we forgot to mention inside of the when the Welcome on the Tombstones review, we mentioned that trailer we were going to talk about, just how polarly opposite it was. It like starts out with this cute, fluffy, oh, it's Keanu Reeves and the dog, and holy shit, they're dead, and explosions, and what the fuck? And
Right.
yeah, that one kind of threw us for a loop, and we're definitely going to go see that one, even if
Yeah.
it's going to be a shitty action movie.
Yeah.
I like Keanu Reeves.
We gotta see Mordecai coming soon with Johnny Depp. Definitely gotta see that one.
Do you need help with your bag, sir?
I have bloody manservant. What do you think? And he like lifts his lip all snobbish to see the British gap in his teeth. Mordecai. Anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. More videos coming soon. Cardmaster's Corner coming soon. And we'll see you in the next video.
See you all next time.
Bye-bye.